everyone, it's Melodee Morita. So today I'm going to be doing a sit down and talk kind of video where I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I recently asked you all to send in any questions that you had for me, as well as any personal things that you are going through right now that you wanted my personal 2 cents or advice on. Now this is going to be the English only version, so if you're interested in watching the Japanese version or if you're learning Japanese, I will have that video linked right below in the info box or the card section. There were a lot of different questions of all kinds of genres, and I do want to answer as much as I can, but at the same time I don't want to answer a whole bunch and do very short sporadic answers. I would rather pick out a couple of questions from a few different topics and then go into more detail. So that's what I'm going to be doing for this video. I will also leave minute marks down below so you guys can see which topic I start talking about at which part of the video. So to start off, I'm going to be sharing my basic profile. My name is Melodee Morita and I am 25 years old. I grew up in the United States my entire life, first in Los Angeles and now I live in New York City. And I've never lived in Japan before, but I do speak both English and Japanese fluently. Octo Glan says, "Hi Melodee, I'm from Mexico. I was wondering how you got the job you got now. Also, what jobs have you had throughout your life? Much love." Thanks so much. I love you too. My current job is bilingual emceeing, TV reporting and directing, and also translating. YouTube is something that I do on the side between work because I love to share and create. I direct, film, edit, narrate, translate, all of that on my own. And before I got into the entertainment and media world, I was a professional dancer. Dolce Hernandez from the US says, "I find all of your videos interesting and filled with useful info. Thank you so much." And she wanted to ask, how can someone land a job as a translator? I think being a translator is a very difficult job because not only do you have to have the mind to really think quickly, especially if it's like simultaneous interpreting, you have to be able to hear and understand what that person is saying, be able to make it very nice and compact and easy to understand, and make sure that you interpret it to the other person at the same time pretty much while they're going ahead and speaking about the next portions. I feel like translating is not just about translating, it's also putting emotion into it. You also have to be able to present yourself in different ways depending on the environment and the people around you. I do talk about my work in detail and how it all came to be in my All About Me video in detail, so please check that video out if you are interested. So this topic is for people who want to learn a new language or are interested in learning Japanese. I would say if you want to learn a new language, whether it be Japanese or anything else, you have to have some sort of goal set for yourself, because otherwise it's just gonna, fall out after a couple of months or years. Is it just because it sounds cool, or is it because you actually want to live there one day? Is it because you want to form a business partnership? Learning Japanese isn't easy at all. I believe it's one of the hardest languages in the world. So I think one of the most important things is to find something in that language that you love, whether it be music, books, TV dramas, movies, whatever it may be. It has to be something that you are genuinely interested in or you love, so that it doesn't seem like you are studying, but you are naturally learning the language as you enjoy what you love. Back in the day, I would write diaries in Japanese using as much kanji as I know. I would look it up in the dictionary and write. Even if it was really bad, I would still keep on using it because that way I can actually gradually grow. Even today on my days off, I still study Japanese. This day and age, we're all on the computer and we don't really write so often now, so even people in Japan today sometimes have difficulty in remembering kanji because they're always typing it up. You can never stop learning, so that's something that I still continue today. But yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you're interested in seeing a How I Learned Japanese video part 2, or if you'd like to learn about my bicultural upbringing and I guess my views and thoughts on being both Japanese and American. I will have a list of my favorite Japanese songs, both old and new, in the info box below, and I think most of them would be really good for learning Japanese, so feel free to check it out if you would like. Princess1 from Singapore asks, could you kindly do another current morning routine or night routine and your daily makeup look? And yes, I am definitely thinking about doing that video. I'm going to be traveling once again pretty soon, so it'll probably be after that, but I definitely had that in mind, so please stay tuned. Now the next topic is something that a lot of people asked about. So Amy asked, I'd like to know if you have any advice for curing bad days as well as holding in resentment or anger. I know letting go would be a lot healthier and beneficial than just holding it all in, but I can't help myself no matter what I do. Are there any daily reminders that you tell yourself to keep going? Thank you, Amy. That's a great question. Next question is from Bay, and he's from London, England, but originally from Kuwait. Give us some tips for how to become a positive and happy person. Ari from Taiwan and Japan asked life tips on how to deal with jealousy. From Rahila AS, she does a lot of the translations for my videos. Thank you so much, Rahila. She asked several questions, but I like to focus on this one for this video. Would you like to share some tips for self-confidence and motivation? So throughout life, you're gonna meet a lot of people, all kinds of people, and that means that not necessarily every single person that you encounter in your life is gonna be super nice and super friendly. Some people may try to hurt you by saying or doing certain things. Some people may constantly compare you to them and try to make you feel bad. But when you actually think about it, no matter what that person says to you, they're not doing anything good for themselves. They're only lowering their own image. Everyone else who sees this person who's talking badly about someone, either directly or indirectly, is not going to have a positive image of this person. And that person probably doesn't realize that because all that's in their head is trying to bring you down or make you feel bad about yourself. And if people judge you just by listening to what this person has said about you, then that means that that person is pretty much the same as well, because you can't judge someone just by listening to one person. Of course, that person would only say things that would make themselves look good, and they would try to put you down or make you look bad. So a one-sided story is definitely not something that an actual mature person would believe. So say someone is bullying you or says something hurtful to you or does something to you, if you do the same thing back to them, if you fight back to them, you're going to lower yourself to the same level that they are. There's a higher chance that they won't listen to what you have to say, they'll jump to conclusions, things may get worse. So it's really a waste of time and energy. Saying bad things or making things up about other people is their way of feeling better about themselves. They feel like they are more superior in terms of, I don't know, grades or numbers. And I think that's a very sad and unfortunate thing to do, because realistically speaking, that's not changing anything in real life. That's only themselves in their minds feeling better for themselves. But when people look at it from the outside, nothing has changed. In fact, this person has lowered themselves than where they originally were. It naturally causes people to drift away from them, and people won't be attracted to someone who is constantly bad-mouthing or saying negative things. Why spend your time and energy on people who I guess you dislike than using that for something more positive, something that you can do for yourself? Now, going back to Amy's question, she mentioned, how can you hold in your anger? So like I said, people who hurt you or people who says bad things about you, makes up things about you, that is their goal. A lot of the times they want your attention, they want to see you cry, they want to see you angry, they want you to fight back. So say you fight back, they're going to take what you said or did and they're going to blow it up even more, and they're going to try to make you look bad when you were the one who was hurt in the first place. Like I said earlier, there's no meaning to fight back. So to avoid all of that complicated situation, the best thing to do is simply exit out of their life. But if it really gets out of hand, then definitely speak to a teacher or a professor or even a lawyer if you have to, and that would be the best way to handle everything as a mature adult. If you have to encounter a person who you don't really like through work and stuff, you of course can't ignore that person. You have to be able to have a good distance between that person so you don't, get personal thoughts involved with work. I've shared in my videos how stress can affect your daily life, so even if you don't think that is stressful to you, it could be building up inside. I'll share my story as well so you can kind of relate better, but someone looked down on me for not graduating college, and I did talk about this in my About Me video, why I pursued a professional dance career instead. This person would say things like, you aren't reliable because you didn't go to college. I'm actually a person who loves to study, so it's not that I didn't go to college because I didn't want to or couldn't. Back then, my ballet director strongly recommended me to pursue a professional dance career. Ballet is unfortunately not a career that you can start professionally at a later age. It was something that I really thought for a very, very long time. I spoke with a lot of people, but if people believed in me that I should aim for the professional dance world, I didn't see a reason why I shouldn't challenge myself to it. I went to high school as well as ballet school that would go until like 10 or 11 p.m. at night, so a very hardcore schedule back then. And I graduated high school, and then I auditioned for a professional ballet company 1 year earlier. College, you can start even if you're in your 30s or 40s, but if you want to dance professionally, you can't start at that age, unfortunately. And I just want to say, what's so wrong or what's so bad about putting college later and going towards a goal that I had a lot of passion for? And what's so wrong about going towards something that you want to achieve? I couldn't understand why this person could feel better about themselves by saying that they went to college and I didn't. I guess that person feels more educated because of that, but you know, people who say something like that is very unfortunate, I think. So I honestly felt very glad that I have something that I'm very passionate about and something that I wanted to accomplish, and I did later on. Of course, going to college is wonderful, but there are so many people in this world who have done amazing things even if they haven't graduated college. Dance is definitely one of the hardest sports and form of art out there because literally think about it. Standing on 5 toes and your entire body, you're doing all these crazy things while making it look super effortless and beautiful. It's a crazy thing. Ballet dancers, believe it or not, are super tough. It's not just about having a strong body, but also having a very strong mind. I personally am very happy and content with where I am now. I don't regret pursuing a professional dance career. I don't regret doing what I've done until now. My current schedule makes it hard for me to... Leah, hi! Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. I don't dance professionally in a professional ballet company all the time now, but I still do interfere with dance such as by teaching. A lot of the things that I learned through dance are things that I can apply to my everyday life. I'm able to travel back and forth to Japan. This is something that I always wanted to do as well since I was little. I've been able to make my dreams come true little by little at an earlier age than I expected, and I feel like that's the reason why I can stay positive, because I'm happy with what I've done with my life and that I followed my heart. Sorry, Leah's in the frame. And if you don't have a goal right now, that's totally okay because you can still find it anytime. Find something that makes your heart pound, something that makes you happy and upbeat, and something that you want to share. And once you find that, work towards it. So I know this was a very lengthy answer, but the best way to stay happy and positive is to surround yourself with people who are supportive and inspiring, and just follow your heart, follow your ambitions, because your life cannot be controlled by anyone else. It's all up to you. So that is the best way to stay happy and positive. Ajina HS says, my question is about Leah. From all of the other dogs, why did you choose her? And how old is she? So I wanted to adopt a dog for a really long time. I visited various shelters and approached different rescue groups. I applied for many different groups as well, and I was able to finally meet a group of people that were very reliable. They were very friendly, and they had so much love for these furry friends. So Leah was found near a dumpster in LA, and I was able to meet her through them. And at the time, she was extremely skinny. You could literally see her backbones, and she wasn't eating properly or enough, and she was a little sick. The minute I saw her, I wanted to rescue her. It was almost as if she didn't want to live anymore. You know, it was to that point. I could tell that she was abused by someone because of her nose. She was constantly shivering, she was afraid, and so I knew that I had to take her home. Even today, she's very scared of a lot of men. She's super sensitive to sound. Even like if I were to put this drink like that, she would, you know, like jump, and she would be very scared. So even at home, whatever I'm doing, I just have to make sure I set everything very slowly and gently. I do my best to not make any loud noises. She's a very calm dog as well, so she's super quiet. But thunder and rain is something that she probably will never overcome. I feel like she was probably abandoned the day that it was thunderstorming in LA or something, because it seems as if it like brings back memories for her. She just gets a little out of control, and she, you know, hides wherever she believes that no one will find her. But when I got to hold her and when I got to interact with her, she actually put her head onto my leg, and that was the first time I actually actually got to meet her in person, but she was like right next to my body as if she really depended on me, like she felt like I was safe. And that's when I really felt the connection with her, and I knew that I had to take her home. In the beginning, even if I walked up to her, sometimes she would be scared and back off. I believe she may have been hit by someone in the past, so she had that reaction for a little bit. She wouldn't walk, she wouldn't eat. She was very stressed out, so I made sure that I wouldn't approach her so abruptly or too often because I wanted her to feel comfortable. And then gradually she started to become a little bit more comfortable with the space. She would be able to eat if we were not watching her directly, so I would often hide like from behind the stairs and make sure she's eating or not. And then yeah, she slowly started to gain her appetite, and then gradually I was able to get closer to her without her, you know, being scared of anyone. Because I did my best to approach her slowly and gently, she was able to overcome that, and now she is like a completely different dog. Because I adopted Leah, I'm not 100% sure of her breed, but I do believe she is a miniature pinscher or a minpin. Now we sleep together, we eat together, we do everything together. I can't believe how much she has grown over the past months, and it's almost a year now actually. So I highly encourage you to visit shelters and speak with these rescue groups. It truly is life-changing, absolutely life-changing, and yeah, I'm just so blessed to have met Leah, and I'm so happy that she came into my life. Look who's here! I put her in a cute little dress just for this portion. Hi everybody! Are you sleepy? You look sleepy. Okay, I guess she's sleepy. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel for more. I like to create content that is hopefully informative to you, so I usually do voiceover work and create more educational type of videos, but if you do enjoy these sit down kind of talk videos where it's a little bit more personal, let me know so I can do more of these. Again, I also have a Japanese version of this video, so if you're learning Japanese or are interested, please check it out. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!